The history of the Internet, from concept to global network. Introduction. The Internet is arguably the most transformative technological innovation of the modern era. It has revolutionized communication, commerce, education, and nearly every aspect of contemporary life. Despite its pervasive presence, the Internet's history is relatively short but incredibly complex, encompassing numerous developments in computer science, military strategy, global communications, and open collaboration. This essay traces the history of the Internet, from its early theoretical foundations to its present-day role as a global infrastructure. 1. The origins of the Internet, Cold War precursors and theoretical groundwork. The conceptual roots of the Internet lie in post-World War II technological advancement and the geopolitical tension of the Cold War. During this time, U.S. military and scientific organizations sought methods to maintain communications in the event of nuclear conflict. This desire led to the development of decentralized communication systems. One of the first major theoretical contributions came from Paul Baran at the RAND Corporation in the early 1960s. Baran proposed a network of redundant pathways for digital information, known as packet switching, as a way to make communication systems more resilient. Around the same time, Donald Davies in the UK independently developed similar packet switching concepts at the National Physical Laboratory. Simultaneously, advancements in computer science and telecommunications were paving the way. Researchers were beginning to explore how computers could communicate across distances, and the idea of linking computers into a network began to take shape. Leonard Kleinrock's work on queuing theory and data flow control also contributed significantly to the technical underpinnings of the Internet. 2. ARPANET and the birth of networked communication. In 1969, under the auspices of the U.S. Department of Defense's Advanced Research Projects Agency, ARPA, the ARPANET was launched. It is widely regarded as the direct predecessor of today's Internet. The initial ARPANET connected 4 nodes: the University of California, Los Angeles, UCLA, Stanford Research Institute, SRI, University of California, Santa Barbara, UCSB, and the University of Utah. What made ARPANET groundbreaking was its use of packet switching and its ability to facilitate remote login and file sharing among the connected institutions. A pivotal moment occurred in 1971 when the first email was sent by Ray Tomlinson, marking the beginning of network-based communication that would eventually dominate human interaction. ARPANET grew steadily during the 1970s, connecting more research institutions and laying the groundwork for what would become the Internet. Key protocols were developed during this period, including the Network Control Protocol, NCP, which was used for early ARPANET communication. 3. The development of TCP/IP and the expansion of networks. By the late 1970s, the limitations of NCP had become apparent, and there was a need for a more robust and scalable communication protocol. Vinton Cerf and Robert Kahn developed the Transmission Control Protocol, TCP, and later the Internet Protocol, IP, which together form the foundation of the modern Internet. TCP/IP was designed to allow diverse computer networks to interconnect and communicate with each other, a concept now known as internetworking. In 1983, ARPANET formally adopted TCP/IP, marking a major milestone in Internet history. This event is often referred to as the birth of the Internet. The 1980s also saw the creation of domain names and the Domain Name System, DNS, making it easier to locate and access information online. Instead of numeric IP addresses, users could now use human-readable domain names such as MIT. edu or stanford.edu. At the same time, various independent networks such as BitNet, CSNET, and ENSFNet emerged, funded by academic institutions and government agencies. These networks eventually interconnected, forming a web of global communication that continued to grow in scale and complexity. 4. The commercialization and globalization of the Internet. The Internet's expansion in the 1990s was rapid and transformative. One of the most significant catalysts was the development of the World Wide Web by British computer scientist Tim Berners-Lee in 1989 to 1990. While the Internet was already well established, the web introduced a user-friendly interface for accessing and sharing information via browsers, hyperlinks, and websites. Berners-Lee's creation of Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP, Hypertext Markup Language, HTML, and the first browser, World Wide Web, later renamed Nexus, revolutionized the accessibility of the Internet. In 1993, the release of the Mosaic web browser brought graphical content to the web and further accelerated public adoption. Governments and corporations soon recognized the commercial potential of the Internet. The U.S. government opened the Internet to commercial use in the mid-1990s, leading to the emergence of online businesses, digital advertising, and e-commerce. Amazon, founded 1994, eBay, 1995, and Google, 1998, are early examples of businesses that would grow into tech giants. Internet service providers, ISPs, began offering dial-up access to homes, and the number of Internet users exploded. By the end of the 1990s, the Internet had become a global phenomenon, connecting millions of people worldwide. 5. Internet culture and social transformation. As Internet access became more widespread, it began to influence culture, communication, and society in profound ways. Email replaced many traditional forms of communication, while websites and forums became spaces for communities to form around shared interests. The early 2000s ushered in the era of social media and user-generated content. Platforms such as Friendster, MySpace, and eventually Facebook, launched in 2004, allowed users to create personal profiles, share media, and connect with others. YouTube, 2005, changed video consumption habits, while Twitter, 2006, transformed public discourse and journalism. Blogs, wikis, and open-source platforms gave individuals unprecedented power to create and disseminate information. Wikipedia, founded in 2001, became one of the most visited sites in the world, exemplifying the potential of collaborative knowledge. The Internet also changed how we shop, bank, learn, and work. E-commerce grew exponentially, online banking became mainstream, and digital education platforms emerged. The rise of remote work and digital nomadism in the 2010s further illustrated the Internet's transformative impact. 6. Mobile Internet, broadband, and cloud computing. The introduction of smartphones, particularly after the launch of the iPhone in 2007, marked another dramatic shift. Internet access became portable and constant. Mobile applications, apps, became a dominant form of software, and mobile-friendly websites became standard. Simultaneously, broadband internet became more widely available, offering faster speeds and more stable connections than the older dial-up systems. Fiber optic networks, 3G, 4G, and eventually 5G mobile networks dramatically increased bandwidth, enabling high-definition video streaming, real-time multiplayer gaming, and large-scale cloud computing. Cloud computing platforms such as Amazon Web Services, AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud began to offer scalable online storage and computing power, transforming how businesses operate and manage data. 7. Challenges and controversies, privacy, security, and regulation. With growth came challenges. Cybersecurity became a major concern, as individuals, businesses, and governments became targets of hacking, data breaches, and cyber warfare. Incidents like the 2013 Edward Snowden revelations highlighted mass surveillance programs conducted by governments, sparking global debates on privacy and civil liberties. The spread of misinformation, fake news, and online radicalization have raised concerns about the Internet's impact on democracy and public discourse. Social media platforms have struggled to balance free speech with the need to prevent harm. Additionally, questions of regulation, net neutrality, data ownership, and antitrust law have taken center stage. Governments have begun imposing stricter controls over Internet companies, while some countries, e.g. China, Russia, Iran, have implemented national Internet firewalls and censorship. 8. The Internet in the 2020s, AI, IoT, and decentralization. The current decade has seen rapid advancements in artificial intelligence, AI, which now powers search engines, recommendation systems, and even autonomous vehicles. The integration of AI into the Internet ecosystem promises both opportunities and risks, particularly around bias, accountability, and automation. The Internet of Things, IoT, has also grown rapidly, connecting everything from home thermostats and security cameras to smart cities and industrial equipment. While increasing efficiency, IoT has also raised concerns about surveillance and data security. Blockchain technology and decentralized networks are another growing trend, offering new models for digital trust, identity, and finance. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and platforms like Ethereum aim to reshape the digital economy by removing reliance on centralized institutions. 9. The global digital divide. Despite its global nature, the Internet is not equally accessible to all. Millions of people, especially in rural and developing regions, lack reliable Internet access. This digital divide exacerbates existing inequalities in education, economic opportunity, and civic participation. Efforts by governments, NGOs, and companies like SpaceX, with its Starlink satellite Internet project, aim to bring affordable Internet access to underserved areas. The future of the Internet depends in part on how successfully these disparities can be addressed. 10. Future prospects, toward an interconnected world. The Internet's trajectory suggests it will continue to evolve and permeate every aspect of life. Technologies like quantum computing, virtual reality, VR, augmented reality, AR, and 6G networks promise to further enhance connectivity, computing power, and immersive experiences. Meanwhile, ethical, social, and ecological considerations will shape the Internet's development. Ensuring privacy, reducing carbon footprints, safeguarding human rights, and fostering digital literacy will be essential to creating a fair and sustainable digital future. Conclusion. The history of the Internet is a story of innovation, collaboration, disruption, and transformation. From Cold War research to a global communication platform, the Internet has reshaped how humans interact, learn, and live. As it continues to evolve, the Internet will pose new challenges and offer new possibilities. Understanding its history is crucial to navigating its future, one that is likely to be even more interconnected, intelligent, and indispensable than we can currently imagine.